Hello, welcome. It's good to be back here with another video. I'm Ola Jola, singer-songwriter based in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're new here, it's so good to have you here. My last few videos have been a mix of pageant commentary, music industry commentary, and a book review somewhere in there. In this video, I will be talking about the Face of Hope pageant, which was recently held a few weeks ago. It has taken the pageant industry by storm, proving that it's still possible to give a healthy world-class pageant production experience for both the delegates and the fans. But before I go on, I must thank you for clicking on this video and spending the next few minutes with me. I do not take it for granted. I thank you for your likes, your comments, your views. I'm also particularly grateful because your kindness lets YouTube know that something great and valuable is happening here. Also, thank you for subscribing. It ensures that I do not miss out on any of my future updates. Now, right into it. The Face of Hope Pageant Foundation holds their pageants yearly with the purpose of encouraging, appreciating, and recognizing women in the Nigerian society. I think the first edition was held in 2024 with a focus on women in agriculture, while the second edition was held last year, 2025, with a focus on women in entrepreneurship and leadership. The 2020 edition was focused on tackling period poverty as well as restoring the dignity of and access to menstrual care. It had an extra buzz and presence to it for many reasons, like long before the delegates were even announced, there was an extensive publicity period involving very important people in pageantry and the entertainment space in Nigeria, including Chidima Adetshina, Miss Universe Africa and Oceania 2024. Also, when it was published that the organization had acquired the Miss International franchise, which was previously with the Beauty of Africa International Pageant Organization, it became more obvious that this organization was shaping up to take a more forward and central position in the Nigerian pageant scene. Prior to this development, the winner of this pageant did not receive any bill to represent Nigeria at any international pageant, so this was definitely a welcome development. After the franchise acquisition announcement, there were a couple of other follow-up ones that generated just the right buzz, like that Luis Porteles was going to be in Nigeria for the finale, hosting alongside Bisola Ayeola. The pairing, in my opinion, was just as beautiful as it was strategic. Luis Porteles is a former Mr. Supranational Canada who has combined both his experience and passion for pageantry into a solid career as an international pageant host, coach, judge, and media professional. He has built both a reputation and a massive following of pageant fans and enthusiasts from all over the world. He was paired with Bisola Ayeola for finale hosting duties. We know Bisola, at least I know Bisola from at least two reality TV shows, and the career she has built from her talent, hard work, discipline, and the exposure she got from these shows, hosting, acting, music, etc. This was such a stellar pairing because both people have great personalities and are really good at their job. Plus, their following is a healthy mix of the kind of attention that this pageant could benefit from. Following the announcement of the host and the unveiling of the delegates, then came the announcement that the reigning Miss International Catalina Duke Abreu and her runner-up Yolanda Chimbarami would also be live at the event as guest judges. This was going to be the first time ever that a reigning Miss International and her runner-up would be present in Nigeria for an event of this nature. That was clearly also something to be excited about and to give the organization credit for. It looks like there was some kind of reshuffling in the management of the organization because they were clearly on a different energy level, and I think MC Galaxy was very central to the vision and direction from my point of view, and I think I can say the same for most of us on the outside. He is an entertainer in the Nigerian entertainment industry. First started out as a dancer and comedian and then moved to singing and songwriting. I think Sekem is one of his biggest songs. That's how I think I came to know him. More recently, his working with and in the FOH organization have shown us another side to him. It's so good to see that there are still people who are passionate about the empowerment potential that pageants hold for the delegates and the communities that they serve. It's no news, especially in Nigeria, that the pageant industry has been suffering equality and support drought. The conversation has landed upon many possible reasons as to why that is the case, like how there's a lack of a political will to explore and exploit the industry's potential for tourism. I also think there is a scarcity or a lack of national directors and organizations that are really passionate about empowering their winners and supporting them, and also organizing high quality world class pageant shows. It looks like the Face of Hope organization is contributing to a long needed revival of the Nigerian pageant scene, and they are doing it so tastefully. The quality of delegates, top tier. They had at least 2 former national title holders for international franchise competitions, and a healthy mix of newbies who are, very stylish and have healthy performance and speaking skill sets. The camp activities, the prizes, and how quickly promises are being fulfilled with receipts to back them up. They did not come to play at all. For the first time in a while, we're seeing a national pageant producing a title holder to represent the country at an international pageant that has been on for years. We're looking at clips and photos, and the quality is so good that it compares and it holds its own among other pageants from other countries, even probably some search factor countries. They really did a good job. And speaking of the winner, our Face of Hope slash Miss International 2026, Damilola Bolarinde, such a beautiful journey and story. One thing I always love to see is a veteran who returns on the scene and does not hide behind the hype but delivers in spite of it. Since her representing the country at Miss Grand 2022, pageant fans all over the world have repeatedly stated that her performance, the level of her performance at that competition, warranted a higher placement than she was allowed to attain. Pleased for her to return to the pageant scene on another platform miraculously yielded fruit last year when she tried again, made an attempt at the Miss Universe title. Sadly, she finished as a runner-up, but I like that she displayed such healthy sportsmanship by carrying her title proudly and maintaining a healthy relationship with the organization. Before she was unveiled as a contestant for the Face of Hope competition 2026, she made a post on her social media essentially hinting at returning to a scene which she has sworn to never go back to. So naturally there was so much excitement, especially from her fans, when she was unveiled as Miss Lagos. The competition was very stiff as Genevieve Ukatu, Miss Supranational Nigeria 2022 and 2023, was also unveiled as Miss Anambra. Both delegates brought their A game from day one, styled to the gods, and winning the punctuality prize by being among the top 3 earliest delegates to arrive. Predictions and leaderboards almost always had either of them as the top pick. Of course, there were other promising delegates like Kano, Rivers, Sokoto, and Abia, but Damilola and Genevieve had international representation experience on their CVs, like a proven track record. So they were, of course, in another league. There was a way about how Dami fought this time that made the combination of her journey make so much sense. I mean, first of her prompting her fans about her unveiling, and then rising up in return to support her in the polls, for her on social media, going out into the markets and into the streets to campaign for her, then being on ground on the event. She was really supported. And also on support, her team showed up really well for her. The effort was glaring from day one, living up to her zenith of elegance. Monica Girly Chic could be Miss International but could also be Miss Universe or Supranational if she wanted. Core, very nice, very good. Her prelim look was soft and elegant. She went for a soft yellow with subtle gemming. The glam was apt and laid back but apt. Her styling on the finale was a journey as well. Every time she showed up, it was a totally different look and concept from top to bottom. Maybe not too much on the makeup, but she had a different hairdo for the intro, the casual look, and the evening wear look. And considering that there were not that many delegates to allow for appreciable time between each segment, I must say the teamwork and preparation that helped her achieve that is quite laudable. And back to the evening wear look. It was war. It was a fight. In the League of Evening Dresses, it reminds me of Rachel Gupta's finale evening dress and how that look pretty much stamped her fate in. It was so well constructed, very well embellished, and she delivered such a stunning performance in it. Two things: the fact that the gown matches the crown reminds me of how Vina's finale evening gown also matched her crown, and the switch from pale yellow or soft yellow to pink on the finale reminds me of Artisa's stint as well at MUPH 2025 because she had the same transition. Her Q&A performance in this competition was clearly better than her last. She spoke a lot more confidently, and her storytelling skills, which are very obvious in her posts on social media and her voiceovers came shining through in an on-stage, on-demand moment. It was so beautiful to watch and just so nice. It made so much sense how she won. Congratulations to her. Fingers crossed for how her journey unfolds at the Miss International competition. Unrelated, but I kind of remember Miss Earth 2024 coming to Nigeria and working with the Miss Earth Nigeria organization, Shanice Palacios, Miss Universe 2023, and Olivia Yase, and kind of gave me hope at that time that maybe they are going to place our delegates even higher. Then seeing how they did not place her, a very, very shady, behavior. But it's not like we're looking to force their hand. But I just hope there's no repeat of that this year with Dami and that her hard work is recognized on the Miss International stage, because she will definitely deliver. The runner-up Genevieve Bukatu also put up a very good fight for the crown. Let's be honest, she was very deserving of the best in evening gown performance for the finale. With such a stunning performance, the veteran status was showing clearly. I think she delivered as a prepared and supported delegate and a worthy contender for the ultimate crown. Her fans also showed up and supported her, and then I'm glad that she also got a crown and prize money. It's always refreshing to see a competition that acknowledges and recognizes the struggle and effort of other competitors. Winner takes all is cute, but it can seem unfair sometimes, most of the time. However, her absence at the prize presentation event did not go unnoticed, and I'm not sure of a reason or a valid reason why that was the case, but I don't think it was in good taste or looked good in any way, because I'm certain that had she won, she would certainly have been present. People were talking about it in the comment section, also mentioning how she hasn't made any changes to her bio to reflect her new title yet. I know we always say that thing of I'm not responsible for what you think of me or how you interpret my actions or words, and while it's cute, I don't think it always applies. If inference and implications weren't a thing, maybe that would fly every time, but we can't always separate ourselves from how our actions and reactions read. We can't in good faith definitely say she's been salty, at least not yet. But if she is, that's rather sad. First runner-up position means you bested everybody else except the winner, and no matter how hurtful or painful losing can be, I think when the winner is a worthy contender, it should be easier for a sportsman and a good competitor to take. Of course, it's going to hurt when you don't hear your name called while you're holding hands, waiting for the winner to be called. But let's take a cue from the winner of this competition. She was just recently a runner-up, and we saw how she handled it. We've seen runner-ups from competitions like MUT, Prel, Ilana and Teresita from MUPH. These women were veterans as well, and they had solid claims to the crown, well supported, had fans from all over the world, and then they lost. But they were able to respect the judging process and the outcome and the result, to the point that they were able to work with the winner and the organization even afterwards. Like, even if you're going to keep a distance from the organization, this week is quite awkward, honestly. I really hope there's a valid excuse and reason somewhere. Maybe it's just that she's resting and recuperating or recovering or something. Good luck to her. Rivers Augusta Ogaba finished as the second runner-up. Deserved, in my opinion. She was one of the very consistent newbies. She even claimed the best traditional attire, best traditional costume award. Her preliminary and finale evening gowns were amongst the most stunning. She also delivered a very good performance. Congratulations to her. I'm happy that she got a crown, sash, and prize money, which was presented to her on the prize presentation day. Abia, such a stunning woman, placed in the top 12, deserved. Her preliminary evening wear look was so beautifully constructed and the color favored her. Sokoto and Kano stood out for the right reasons. Communication and performance skills both made it to the top 6. Very well deserved. Then there was a pole dance performance from Enugu. It was clearly an interesting night of pageantry, and I think it came to a good close. Well done everybody, the delegates, the production team, the organization. Thank you so much for your service to the Nigerian pageant industry. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me, spending all this time. I do not take it for granted. I'm so thankful. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Leave them down below in the comments section. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on my future updates. Thank you. Be safe. See you soon.